Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I have with me the OM system OM-3 camera. In this video, I'll talk about why this OM-3 is awesome for street photography. Let's do this! Before we start, here are some important disclaimers. I have no connection or affiliation with OM Digital Solutions. This OM system OM-3 camera is on loan from OM System Malaysia. I have to return this camera to them after making this content. This is not a review of this OM-3 camera. There are so many reviews out there already. I don't think I have anything useful to add. And I don't really have the time to do a full review for a camera. What I want to do is to bring this OM-3 out for some shutter therapy sessions, use this camera shooting on the streets, and based on my experience, I want to share why this OM-3 camera is so awesome for street photography. Reason number one, I love the design of this OM system OM-3. I know, it's just a design. What does it have to do with street photography? To me, the design of the camera is very important. If I'm going to use the camera often to go out and shoot, the camera has to look good. It has to inspire me to want to pick it up to go out and shoot more. And the design of this OM-3, I've said it and I'm going to say it again, I think it is one of the best looking OM system camera, or even the best looking Olympus cameras ever made. And I think it's even better looking than the Pan F. You can disagree with me, I don't care. I just think that it looks so beautiful. It looks very sleek. I love the retro classic vintage look. The camera just screams attention. It begs me to pick it up, to go out and click the shutter button. Reason number two, really good handling. This OM-3, it pairs very well with smaller prime lenses for street photography. For example, I have here with me the new 25 F1.8 Mark II. The lens is very small, very light. Such small lenses, if you pull it on this OM-3, the handling is just absolutely amazing. Reason number three, why I think this OM-3 is awesome for street photography, is weather sealing. I really appreciate the weather sealing on the OM-3. It allows the camera to be used in some harsh shooting conditions, and it rains a lot here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Being able to bring the camera out to shoot in the rain, that opens up a lot more opportunity for me to work and get more shots. Reason number four, autofocus. Generally, under good lighting condition, this OM system OM-3, the autofocus performance is actually very good. The autofocus is fast and it's reliable, it's quite accurate. Whether you use single autofocus or continuous autofocus, chances of you nailing the shot is actually very, very high. I managed to get some critical moments using this camera. When I see something, I point the camera at that moment, just click the shutter button and I nail the shot. Reason number five, built-in electronic viewfinder. I know, I've mentioned before that I wish the viewfinder in this OM-3 has higher resolution. That is still true, but having an electronic viewfinder is better than not having one at all, especially when it comes to street photography. Here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, I always shoot under hot, bright, harsh sunlight. The LCD screen will be very difficult to see and compose compose your shots. So having an electronic viewfinder built into the camera is very important. Having used this OM-3 extensively, the electronic viewfinder is not too bad. It is definitely good enough for me to compose my street shots. Reason number 6, image quality. Do not underestimate what this Micro Four Thirds sensor in the OM-3 can do. While it is not as large as APS-C or full-frame image sensor, this Micro Four Thirds size image sensor can still deliver fantastic results. Images come out with really good dynamic range. I've never faced an issue where dynamic range is not enough. I can recover details from the highlight and shadow region very comfortably from my street photography images. Definitely images come out really detailed, very sharp if you pair with awesome Olympus prime lenses like this 25 F1.8 Mark II. You get images that really pop. It has that 3D rendering. It has that nice contrast. It has this realistic look to it. And the colors coming out from this OM-3 is excellent. We have pleasing skin tones, very true to life color rendering. Overall, I just love the images that's coming out from this OM-3 camera. Reason number 7, 5-axis image stabilization. If you've used any Olympus or OM system cameras before, you will know of how incredible the built-in 5-axis image stabilization in the camera is. You can actually slow down the shutter speed and still get really sharp images, and this really boosts the confidence in nailing the shots, especially if you're shooting everything handheld. That's what I'm doing for my street photography. I don't want to use a large tripod around. I just want to carry the camera, handhold, move freely. Having that 5-axis image stabilization in this OM-3, it really helps me to get my shots without worrying too much about motion blur. Reason number 8. One of the features that I use on this OM-3 for my street photography is touch shutter. This is not exactly new, it has been around for a while, and a lot of other cameras from other manufacturers also have this, but I find that Olympus or OM Systems implementation is the best in the market. All you have to do is just simply touch any area of the screen that you want to be in focus, and the camera will quickly perform autofocus and capture the shot immediately after that. It is so quick, so responsive, it is almost fail-proof, and I find this so easy to use, especially very useful for my street photography. Of course, this OM-3 camera is not perfect. There are some things that I wish to be improved in this camera. I've mentioned some of these things already in the previous video where I talk about my first impressions on this OM-3 camera. I'll put the link to the video up here. Please check it out if you have not done so. I'm not going to repeat everything that I've said in this video. In summary, I talk about the poor handling of the camera if you handle larger lenses. If you're handling small lenses, prime lenses, that's perfectly fine. I also talk about the position of the creative dial getting in the way. I talk about the electronic viewfinder. I wish that it has higher resolution. I still wish the same. And overall, I also think that the price of the camera is a little bit on the higher side of things. All those, I still think they are true. Having used this camera extensively for my street photography sessions, there are a few other things that I've discovered along the way that I wish to be improved. Human face in eye autofocus detection, or the AI subject detection tracking, whatever you want to call it. I find that the human face and eye subject detection, it doesn't work very well. Yes, it can nail the shots maybe about 60-70% of the time, but I have a lot of misses as well, and it's very troubling. There are some shots that's just totally out of focus. That's fine. I quickly override the autofocus setting and just use single point autofocus and get the shot right away by pointing the autofocus point point to the human face or eye, I get my shot, right? But there are also shots that it looks like it's in focus, but it's not. It's not 100% in focus. So looking at the LCD screen, it seems like it's okay, but once I really pixel peep to look at that critical sharpness, it is not there. It's a little bit of miss, a little bit of softness, and that bothers me. I wish OM system can really improve the human face and eye detect autofocus. Come on, Sony can do it, Canon can do it, Nikon can do it, and I gotta say, my Nikon Z5 is doing a better job than this OM-3, especially when it comes to human face and eye tracking or detection or autofocus. It just works so much better on the Z5. It pains me to say that because the Z5 is so much cheaper than this OM-3. Another thing I want to mention is that I wish OM system has included an external grip attachment like what they did with the Pen F. You can take off that grip if you're handling smaller lenses. If you attach larger lenses like 12-40, 12-100, with that additional grip attachment, it just improves the handling so much more. It can make the camera a lot more versatile. You can use larger lenses more comfortably. Despite some of the complaints that I have on this OM-3 camera, I don't think any of them are deal breakers. I still think that this OM-3 is a fantastic street photography camera. Of course, if the price tag $2,000 does not bother you. Personally, I think it's still on the higher side of things. Maybe I'll just wait for the price to drop and let's see. Maybe I'll buy one in the future. That's all I have to share about this OM system OM-3 camera and why I think it is an awesome camera for street photography. Do you agree with my points? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed looking at my photographs, if you found my sharing beneficial, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how you can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way, will definitely help me to continue making more content. Until the next one, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.